Kevin Newton here, Honest Abe Roofing, America's favorite roofer. Now, if you're a new homeowner or a previously old experienced homeowner, you may have or will have come across a roof leak in the future. The question is, what do you do and can you fix it yourself? Well, most likely the answer is yes. We'll prove it to you today. I'll show you how to do it. 3 different ways you could do it. Temporary, moderately temporary, or even permanently, depending on your skill set and or tools available to you. Heck, we'll show you the whole process, as a matter of fact. Let's get started. All right, Google says look for penetrations in the roof. There's a pipe. Okay. How do I get on the roof? Well, looks like that pipe is probably our issue up there. That's right where the leak was in the house. Now we need to fix it. Now, if you're a first-time homeowner, there's a good chance you don't have any tools. Or maybe you do, but in this situation, I don't. I'll need to make a list. So, I made one. Let's check it out real quick and make sure you have all the things we need. I need a ladder. Based on my research, I'll need a hammer, a flat bar, some shingles, a pipe boot. I didn't know pipes had boots, but looks like we need a pipe boot potentially for that pipe. Also maybe tar. Some people said Flex Seal might work. Some nails, that might be a good idea. Safety equipment. Well, I don't know about you, but I might skip that one. Well, let's go to the store and get some stuff. Get this thing fixed. Let's go. All right, I made it to my favorite home improvement store. I got my list. Let's go shopping. We're gonna need a cart. Several ways you can fix your leak we have today. We can get the old trusty Flex Seal. I'm not sure if that'll work, but definitely be an easy process. Let's grab some Flex Seal and see if this stuff really works. We need some roofing nails and some tools. Where do they keep the hammers around here? 1.25" roofing nails. We'll need these. Hammer, hammer, where are you? Hammer. We also wrote down flat bar. I'm not sure what a flat bar is, but it sounds important. I see these flat bars, which they speaketh of. Utility bar, 15-inch, $4. That's not a bad price. I'm okay with that. Our box of nails earlier was $4.99. Our Flex Seal was like $9 if we do utilize that. What kind of hammer do we buy? Look at all these options. You got long ones, short ones. I'm not sure about you, but I've got a long one. Yeah, hammer that is. This looks like a good hammer. It even says 16-ounce shingling hammer. How fitting. We should buy this one. $20. Add that to our list. What's next on our list? We got the ladder, not yet. Let's go grab a ladder. We got the hammer, we got the flat bar, we got some nails, we got our all right, let's go find a ladder. I'm confident most homeowners don't own long ladders, and if you did, how would you transport this thing? This thing is huge. It goes all the way up to the roof, which is what we need. That's a nifty little guy, pretty compact. We could probably use it for other things around the house, like trimming trees or cleaning the gutters, which I'm sure my wife would love for me to do something. I don't see a price anywhere, or did I see a price? Is this it here hiding from me? Yep, there it is. It fell out. $150 for this bad boy. Holy smokes. Well, I'm a homeowner now, so I gotta pony up. We've got our $20 hammer, we got our $5 flat bar, we've got a box of nails, about $5, I think. Man, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be under budget or not. Well, let's go check out the shingles and the rest of the parts we need on our repair. Okay, how do we do this? This'll work. Let's go. Oh my goodness, we're still walking. Woo. What am I even looking for? Underlayment. Must be like underwear for the roof. From doing my research, we need 3-tab white shingles. It's not looking good. Boy, being a homeowner is tough. Gotta pay my insurance and my mortgage and property taxes. Now I've gotta fix my roof, and I'm not even sure what any of this stuff means. I don't see the shingle I'm looking for. Well, I guess the next step is to go find the rest of our stuff on our list, which was, oh my goodness, about lost my list. Let's do the rundown. We got the ladder, check. Hammer, check. Flat bar, great. Shingles, no bueno, which means no, or not good. Underlayment, I don't think we're gonna need that today. A pipe boot, we'll go find one in a moment. We're gonna look for some tar inside. We got our Flex Seal, got nails. I wrote down some safety equipment. We'll check that out on the inside also when we get back indoors. We'll take one more look here for the shingles that we need. We're needing white 3-tab shingles. I don't see them here at the lumber yard. We got a few more baits we can look at. Let's check it out before we go back inside. Looks like all they have are dimensional shingles. I guess we'll have to make do with the shingles we have on the house. Hopefully they're in decent shape. There's actually roof cement, or tar, which is one of the things that I'm looking for a quick fix if I choose not to do it with a more permanent solution with like the pipe boot and the shingles, which we couldn't find the shingles. They don't make the shingles, they told me. So wet or dry plastic roof cement. Oh yeah, you guys got a spatula. You know why I don't have the spatula? My wife may have one in the kitchen though. Spatula. I think that's what you call it, spatula. Yeah, roof tar. Oh man. I bet it works every shingle time. Ha! Okay, come on in, check these pipe boots out. There's different choices we can choose from. There's a 4-in-1 plastic flashing, it's like $9. Okay, I get it. It's like, you can cut out the different rings here for different size pipes. Okay, clever. I'm liking it, I'm digging it. And there's one down here for $15. Also a 4-in-1 pipe boot, galvanized plastic. One's $15, one's $9. They both have like rubber stuff here that goes around the pipe. Different size pipes looks like from a 4-inch pipe to a 1-inch pipe. I think ours is like a 1-inch pipe, I think. I'm not a rubber expert, but it seems pretty similar to me. Tell you what, I'm not sure about you, but I'm on a budget. I've got to buy a ladder, a hammer, nails, flat bar. We got our tar, safety equipment. Man. And do we need to be safe? Let's not be safe. Okay, we've got our stuff. I followed the Google list checklist. I've got some wet or dry plastic roof cement. That's gonna be fun. I got some recommendations from the forums I found on some Flex Seal. Of course, this message is brought to you by Bang Energy for focus and energy. That'll power us through today, get the challenge taken care of. We got the ladder, which should be long enough to get onto the roof we're getting onto. We got the old shingle hatchet, which makes perfect sense for our situation. We're installing some shingles, but once again, as I said earlier, no shingles. We got our flat bar for removing shingles, so hopefully we may or may not need that, we'll see. And we got, of course, the pipe boot if we choose to go that direction on fixing this problem more permanently instead of relying on Flex Seal or wet or dry plastic roof cement. So we've got some options. The next thing we need to do is get on the roof and really investigate the situation a little more closely. So let's do that now. Let's get the ladder out. Let's hop up there to see what's going on. My goodness, this roof needs some help. It's dirty. It's got green stuff growing. The gutters are clogged. No wonder there's challenges. Man, I didn't realize home ownership was going to be such a task. Well, what do we have here? There's a pipe with black stuff around it. Well, from what I find out and did my research on, they call that roof tar. It looks like it's just apply it around there. It's all dried out, cracking and breaking. And it looks like most likely when it rains hard like it did last night, it's leaking right into the house. So, based on my research, we got some options. We can apply new tar, or perhaps we could spray some Flex Seal on this. We also got a pipe boot, but unfortunately at the home improvement store, there is no new shingles that match these shingles. So if we did take this apart, we'd have to be pretty careful on how to do that. Well, how about we do three things? Let's try the tar and see how that goes. I'll tell you what, let's try the Flex Seal. I think that's easier. We'll spray it on there, see how that looks. And then we'll try the tar just for fun. And then perhaps we should do that third step, which seems like it might take a little longer to install that new pipe boot. I'm not sure if I have the skill set to do as a first-time homeowner, but perhaps I do. Let's see what we can figure out here. I'm gonna go grab that Flex Seal and some tar. I've got our trusty Flex Seal. They tell me this works on commercials. I'm sure it will. I read the directions. Shake well. I've shaken it very well. Lots of practice there. And then apply 8 to 12 inches away from surface. I can measure that, easy. Okay, yep, 8, shake. Seems pretty self-explanatory. Fill all cracks. Well, Phil Shift says this will work. We're gonna paint this roof up. I'm sure this will be an easy fix on my $200,000 house. I'm gonna use a $5 can of Flex Seal. Oh yeah, oh, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling it. I could never buy a tire again. I can just Flex Seal my tires. They might hire me for the next commercial. I'm gonna do the pipe and everything. If I can do it, you can do it. Flex Seal, I'm confident this is gonna keep the water out for at least 3 or 4 seconds. If for some odd reason the Flex Seal fails, and I'm sure it wouldn't, but let's pretend like it did. And we want to take it to the next step of homeowner security by using our wet or dry plastic roof cement. Let's give this a shot and see what this is like. We gotta open this can up. This might be why they said get a flat bar, but we can open it. We'll use this flat bar here. We'll pry this stuff open. Now out in the shop there in the garage, I found an old piece of wooden, looks like a shim or a shake or something. And that's what they recommended on the directions, was find a spatula or a piece of wood to utilize to spread the tar or wet dry plastic cement around the affected area. Well, we found our infection right in the back there with the tar, this stuff, dried out. I have no idea how long it's been there, but it seemed pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna put that in there. A little dab of Dooya. I don't know, what do you do? It's kind of like spread on there. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. Yeah, I'm feeling more and more like a homeowner every second here. Not sure what I'm doing here, but I bet it's working. Okay, I think that side looks pretty good. I don't know. I would feel like I'd be taken advantage of if someone came to my house and charged me to do this. I'm confident that it'll keep the water out at least until it rains. Yeah, jokes. There you go. Homeowner approved. Wet dry, plastic roof cements. Easy does it. Remember, a little dab will do ya. This looks a little more difficult. Now, one of the recommendations was perhaps replace the pipe boot. Well, upon further examination, we don't have a pipe boot installed on this house currently. As you saw earlier, we had the tar, which was our second option. We tried the Flex Seal first and foremost, and it may have worked, but based on the gaps that I saw, I don't think it was gonna work real well in the heavy rain. So we tried step 2, or option 2, which was the wet dry / plastic roof cement, which was what was there before. But based on prior experience, what we saw and lived through was that seemed to dry out and crack and cause issues after a set amount of time. And remember, there's always 3 things that work here when a roof problem does exist. Number one, time. You can't escape it. Things get older with age and they don't get better, like roof cement or your roof. The other thing is the weather, always affecting the roof, causing challenges like we saw here. Big leak, big rain, big problems. And or number three, which is installation procedures. Poorly installed roofing products or lack thereof, like no pipe boot. This pipe boot, although based on our shopping earlier, was the cheapest one we could find. It was like $10. It's plastic. And I can see why this might be a problem in the future. This could probably dry and crack, or maybe something falls on it from the tree and cracks the plastic and it could open up and have a problem in the roof or causing a challenge in the house with water getting into it. But if that doesn't happen and everything stays intact, it should be okay for a little bit of time. There's rubber here, and I'm confident if it is installed right and I can get it installed correctly, the rubber should last longer than that tar, keeping us waterproof for hopefully years to come. But I'm not sure if I have enough stuff. As we saw earlier at the store, there is no shingles that match this shingle. So we're going to try to reuse what we have here. I hope we can do it. There's something that I'm missing. I don't have a knife with us. Maybe we can use this to cut the shingles and reinstall them. We've got to take these shingles off and scrape this tar away. Let's see if we can do it. We've got a pipe boot, we've got a hatchet, we've got a flat bar, and we've got some nails. Let's get started. First things first, let's see if we can take these shingles away around this area and try to save them and reuse them. Now, I'm not sure how long they've been taking so far, but this project has been taking a while. Let's break these seals loose. So what we're doing here is slowly scraping the shingles because there's a seal underneath here that seals these shingles together. Now, that third thing we said earlier about installation problems, these nails are actually installed in the wrong spot. They should be below the tar seal. This is the common thing that we see when installing roofs or fixing roofs. People install them wrong. This actually, by amateurs, they think it's the right thing to do is putting this nail above the seal, keeping like water away from it. It actually is the wrong thing to do because water actually drains down these guides, gets below inside the shingle here because it's not sealed and gets trapped here. And you can see that nail's corroded because water flows underneath the shingle across to the other side and leaks out and gets trapped in by this tar seal when it's nice and hot and it's sticky. So you want the nail actually below that. That way the water goes across and leaks out and doesn't get to that penetration. You gotta break all these shingles loose. And once you get them broken loose, we'll have to take the nails out to get the shingles apart. You gotta be careful because remember, we don't have any shingles. Let's check out that pipe boot real quick and see how it looks next to that pipe. Now, I looked this up earlier and I noticed on the Googles, when you install one of these, you want this on top of the shingles below. From what I understand, that way the rain runs down the siding, off this flashing, down the shingles. It runs down off the shingles, we're going to cut around here, and then it drains off onto this shingle. So it looks like if I set this next to this pipe, roughly, there's the pipe, there's the hole, and we'll probably keep this course of shingles installed. We won't take these off yet, but we'll need to remove at least 1, 2 courses here around this pipe so we can recut those and reinstall those onto this pipe boot flap. Now in the real world, you probably wouldn't have to fight brand new tar installed, but let's see what we can do here. Yeah, so I've chosen the pipe size, and I think I'm a pretty good guess. I hope so. Yeah, not perfect, but we're gonna use it because it's raining. So, first time homeowner, I'm officially a roofer. We tried the Flex Seal, you saw how that worked. Pretty easy, right? Shake it up, 8 to 12 inches away, spray away. Pretty simple. I'm not sure if it's been effective, but worth a try. You saw the second step, which was our wet dry plastic roof cement. We made a little volcano around the pipe. I'm confident that would have worked until it rained. And then option 3, really what you would like to do and have done on your roof professionally or yourself based on what we just saw. But remember, earlier at the home improvement store, no shingles that match these shingles. And when we got here, we saw that these shingles are old and dried out and dirty. And look at my hands, it's filthy. So we had to reuse them. And this is tough. These are brittle, dirty, and it had tar, remember, all around the pipe, so you had to break that away. So luckily, the pipe boot was big enough roughly where that pipe and the tar was located. When we broke that away, we could reinstall. Now, for extra measure, I would recommend getting our can open again, get some of that wet, dry cement, scooping that underneath there, and applying that underneath here to help glue down all those shingles onto the pipe flange itself, so on and so forth, like so, and go around underneath all the shingles, gluing those down nicely to that pipe seal. Now ideally, in the right situation, we would keep searching for new shingles and remove all this area, install the pipe boot, do some nice ice and water shield up under this for a second barrier of defense, and then reinstall new shingles in this area. But I'm not sure what the timer says, how long this process has been since we got the leak earlier till going to the store, trying all 3 options, and doing it ourselves with really, truly, come on, let's just face it, really minimum tools here, right? We had a flat bar, a hammer, or a hatchet, and some nails, and a piece of wood. If I can do this, you can do it too. If you don't want to do it, you're not interested in taking the risk of walk around on a wet, dirty roof, then call the experts at Honest Abe Roofing. Call 844-4-ABE now. That's right, it's 844, the number 4, ABE now. And I'll come out and visit you and you do this correctly. We'll bring a warehouse on wheels, a truck stocked full of tools and supplies, just like the home improvement store that comes to your house. We go through a 17-point roof inspection to ensure that we find all the challenges you might be facing, diagnose it correctly, and use our honest and accurate pricing guide to price this problem efficiently. And most likely, you would have spent far less money doing this with an expert instead of taking the time and buying all this stuff and do it yourself. So let's call 844-4-ABE now. All right, you saw it, we did it. Thanks for helping me out. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully now you're more educated on how to fix your own roof leaks around your home. Whether you're an experienced homeowner or a new homeowner, you saw the tools needed, the parts and pieces you may need to get things fixed, and even how to do it. An easy way with some Flex Seal, some wet, dry roof cement, How was that, by the way? A little dab will do you. It goes a long way, and it gets everywhere. It's messy stuff. Perhaps it fixes the leak, though, temporarily. And then we saw a more permanent way, a more professional way, using the really moderate stuff, like not enough shingles. We had no shingles. We used what we had. We bought a pipe boot, we bought a hammer, we bought a flat bar, some nails, roof cement, even some Flex Seal, and we needed a ladder. We bought it all today for around, I think around $300, and we came out. It took a lot of time though. We looked up how to do it, and we did it ourselves. Congratulations, you made it that far, or if you think you can do it yourself, you can do it. If you don't think you can do it, I understand. Remember that number, what was it? 844-4-ABE-NOW. Give me a call. America's favorite roofer will come up. We'll do a 16-point roofing evaluation of your home. We'll bring the warehouse on wheels straight to you, saving you time and money. You don't have to go to the warehouse and buy all that stuff yourself. I've got it already, waiting for you to call. If you're not able to, or if you don't want to do that roof repair yourself, we're waiting for the phone call. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, any day. Christmas season, give me a call. 844-4-ABE-NOW. Look me up online, honestairoofing.com as well. We're waiting for you to call and or click. We'll come out and help. Or watch this video again. Perhaps you can do it yourself. 3 easy ways to fix a pipe boot. Remember, Flex Seal. I'm not sure about that one, although it was easy. Number 2, roof cement. Or number 3, a pipe boot using minimal tools and no new shingles. But ideally, either way, you can either do it yourself or give a pro a call. It's your choice. 844-4-ABE-NOW. Let's go.